I'm EXO and I love a great game commercial. And I got to thinking one day, man, there were some really crazy ones for DOS. How can we capture those? The DOS game commercials were somewhat rare. The console war between Sega and Nintendo really ramped things up in media, but even then it was less about the individual games and more about the console. The games were ammo, but they weren't the main thing. If you watched a Nintendo commercial, yeah, they want you to get excited about Mario, or whatever they were advertising at the time. And Sega wanted you to know all about blast processing and Sonic the Hedgehog. But the goal was to get you to buy the console. If you bought Sonic, they didn't care. Because they knew once you had the console, you were going to buy games for it, whatever they may be. DOS wasn't in a console war. So it wasn't until the PlayStation got running in 95 that DOS commercials became a real big thing. But prior to that, there were demo tapes that were sent out to Babbage's, Software Etc., Game, different stores that sold PC games. Now these tapes had one of two purposes. One was the rarer tape, and it was meant to run on a TV in the store so the customers would see it. And maybe they would get excited about the game, but more often than not, and I know this from working in Software Etc. and Babbage's myself, the tapes were meant for the employees to watch and get excited about. Because if the employee was excited about Prince of Persia, then they would talk about it. So, we have gone through, let's go to King's Quest here, I know we got plenty down there. And we're going to let it load up off the drive here. Let's see here. If I go to King's Quest 1, we have the demo trailer that used to run for this game. That's the remake. Here's the PC Junior copy. That one did not have a video. We have the official trailer for 1987's Romancing the Throne. Let's check that out. Now this particular demo was actually in-game. It was an executable file that you would run on the computer. So if there was a Tandy at your Radio Shack, it could be playing this looping demo. Now what's interesting is there are scenes in these demos that never made it to the final game. For example, in King's Quest 2, you never walk out of the castle. You start in the land of Kalima. I apologize, I know you go to Kalima. I don't remember if that's where you get to eventually or where you start. Now we're going to close this out. So much music. Now as you get down to later games, Sierra put out things like the making of. Now this was an actual video on the CD-ROM of the King's Quest collection. I used to love watching these. Now they were tiny. They were super tiny little windows, like 100 pixels by 120, 160 by 100. So they've been upscaled as well as we can. That kid's so... Come on, Dad. Let's buy the $200 game.
Unlike their less sophisticated cousins, video game cartridges.
I love this stuff. It really captures an era of advertisement of the family computer.
In the last 10 years,
We also have things like interviews. I know that we have a few with Al Lowe. So go to Leadership Larry 6. There we go. We have a promo video from 93 and his interview on the screensavers. And we're going to skip in
A
here.
lot of characters in Leisure Suit Larry come about because I'm a jazz musician and I play a lot of clubs. And you see all kinds. And it was real fun to base.
Now you also have more traditional commercials. All in all, there are over 300 commercials, trailers, running demos, and interviews that have been added for version 6, and I'm sure we're going to find more. Come here to the Splat Pack trailer. This one's taking its time, apparently. Certainly not a commercial that would have ran on TV at 2 minutes long. We do have some TV commercials in the pack. That's some good CG you guys did there, SEI. I always found this game to be nearly impossible to win. My car always dies before I can win the race, and it seems impossible to run over every single pedestrian, which is... you can win every race by running over... You can either win the race, run over every single pedestrian, or destroy every other car. I'm incapable of doing any of the above. That right there is a look at the new videos we've added to the extras. As you go through the pack, if you find a game that's missing one that you're familiar with that you would like to see, please suggest it. We can get it in there. The video of the updater will talk all about how we can add anything we want to these packs. New games, updates, new media. Version 6 will be the last major version release, and from here on out, we will be able to do updates to the base pack. I don't think we'll ever see anything newer than eXoDOS 6.22. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.